Today I'm going to show you how I make a fruit flan, and to make this recipe you're going to need a flan pan. After months of trying to find a good quality flan pan, I have finally found this 12-inch flan pan at Kitchenware Direct, who have kindly agreed to sponsor this video. I'll put the link to their website down below in the description so you can purchase your flan pan online if you don't already have one. Now I plan to use this flan pan to show you several other flans, including a chocolate black forest flan and a red wine poached pear flan in upcoming videos, so rest assured this pan won't be pushed to the back of my kitchen cupboard. But for today's recipe I'm going to show you how to make a fruit flan. So let's get to it. So into a bowl just add 3 eggs and just beat the eggs until they're frothy. Once the eggs are frothy, just add your 115 grams of butter, then 120 grams of sugar, and just a pinch of salt. Once everything's mixed, just put a teaspoon of baking powder in with your 230 grams of plain flour, and then just sift that into the mixture. And then mix it all together. Once the flour and the baking powder have been added in, then add 4 or 5 tablespoons of milk. Now, as you can see, that gives a really light sponge cake batter. So just make sure everything's blended in, get everything off the sides of the bowl, and then pour it into the greased flan pan. And pop it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until it's cooked. So into a saucepan, pour about 400 millilitres of milk, or just under half a litre, and just put that on the stove to heat up. So while the milk is heating up on the stovetop, just take a mug and put about 2 tablespoons of custard powder, make them heaped ones, and about 2 tablespoons of sugar into a cup. Just put enough milk into the cup that you can make a bit of a paste, probably about 2/3 of the cup of milk, and just blend that all together until there are no lumps. And once your milk is boiling, you then add this and stir it constantly until the mixture thickens up into your custard. So once your custard's done, you'll see it's quite thick, still pourable, but that'll get even thicker as it cools. So just put that to the side for now until it's cool, because you don't want to be putting a steaming hot custard on top of a sponge. Now for the topping for the flan, I've bought some tinned mandarin segments, some tinned blueberries, some fresh kiwi fruit, and some fresh strawberries. Obviously it would be preferable if I had fresh fruit for everything, but unfortunately Australia's gone through a bit of a rough time lately with cyclones and extensive flooding where we grow our fruit. So what I'm going to do first is make up a jam mixture which I coat the top of the flan with before I put the custard in. That helps to seal it, and it also adds a delicious flavour. So what I do to make that glaze is I drain 1 tin of the mandarin segments. And I put the segments to the side for now because I just want the juice. And over that juice I sprinkle about a tablespoon of gelatine. You can buy them in sachets of 7 grams each, or it's about equivalent to a tablespoon. So just sprinkle that over the juice and just let that absorb some of the moisture. Now once that gelatine mixture has been absorbed into the juice, just add it to a cup of apricot jam that you've put into a saucepan, because we're going to heat that up on the stove until it's thoroughly blended through. So once your apricot jam and your gelatine and juice mixture have been blended together and heated on the top of the stove, It should be nice and shiny and pourable. There are some chunks of apricot in there because the apricot jam had the fruit in there. But that will be what you use to glaze the bottom of the flan shell and over the fruit at the end. So just put that to the side to cool down as well. As you can see, it turned out absolutely perfect. Now I do credit a lot of that to the recipe, but most of it I credit to the actual tin itself. The material that the tin is made of makes it so much easier for things to come out without sticking to the inside of the tin. So as I said, I got this tin from Kitchenware Direct, and I've got the link down the bottom in the description bar, and that's a perfect flan case, as you can see, and it's like a sponge cake on the inside, just a very soft sponge cake. So now that your flan case has cooled down a little bit, just take the jam mixture that you heated up earlier and just paint that over the inside of the flan case. This will stop the custard from seeping through to the sponge, and it also adds the most delicious flavour. Now I meant to say you could use any jam or jelly that you like. And now that your custard has cooled down, it's time to add a layer of that. Now what I normally do is I put that in the fridge at that stage, just to let the custard set a little bit before we add the fruit. And while that's happening, I'll cut the fruit up. So for my summer flan, I've cut up kiwi fruit, strawberries, mandarin segments and blueberries. So once you finish putting the fruit on your fruit flan, just glaze the fruit with that apricot jam mixture. And there you have it, the perfect summer flan.